avail nothing. Behold, the world is gone after him. Here's a situation loaded with dynamite. The crowd is enthusiastic because of his miracles. Their interest is centered on Lazarus and not on the person of Christ. The Pharisees are out to kill him. Jerusalem is crowded with people for the feast. Obviously, Jesus Christ could have had the crown without first going to the cross. Jesus Christ could have had the crown without going to. However, if he had gone directly to the crown, if he were the ruler today, you and I would never have been saved. He had to go to the cross to save you and me. Although this was a brief moment of triumph before his death, it was not his triumphant entry. In the future, when he enters as Lord of Lords and King of Kings, that will be his triumphant entry. My favorite painting of the crucifixion shows, that is J. Vernon McGee's, three empty crosses. I've never seen it. The bodies of the crucified have been taken down from the crosses and lie in the tombs. In the background is a little donkey eating on a palm frond. What a message. The discarded palm branch and the cross are the tokens of his so-called triumphant entry. Where is the crowd that cried, Hosanna, blessed is the King of Israel that cometh in the name of the Lord? They may be the same crowd that on the next day shouted, Crucify him. You know, that it says that cometh in the name of the Lord. That was the problem. They wanted a king, they didn't want a Lord. And many of you have that problem. You don't want a Lord over your life. Now they are gone, and he is in the tomb. You see, he offered himself to them publicly as their king, but he was rejected even as their king. And as we tend to reject him as the Lord of our lives today. Verses 20 through 24, Jesus comes to Greeks. Let's look at, first of all, verse 20 through 22. And there was a great Greek among them that came up to worship at the feast. The same came therefore to Philip, which was of Bethesda of Galilee, and desired him, saying, Sir, we could see Jesus. Philip cometh and telleth Andrew, and again Andrew and Philip tell Jesus. Apparently, Jesus had gone into the temple, since there is a court for the women and the court for the Gentiles. These Greeks cannot go in where Jesus is. I think it's interesting they still permit him to go into the temple. But nobody that will have anything to do with him is allowed in the temple. So, I don't know why they haven't excommunicated Jesus at this point. But anyway, Philip has a Greek name, and may has spoken Greek, which is probably the reason they came to him. Philip is a modest and retiring fellow, and he goes to Andrew for help. Together, they bring the Greeks to Jesus. Verse 23 through 24. And Jesus answered them, saying, The hour is come that the Son of Man should be glorified. Verily, verily, I say unto you, except a corn of wheat shall fall into the ground and die, it abideth alone. But if it die, it bringeth forth much fruit. When our Lord says, verily, he is about to say something very important to hear. And when he says, verily, verily, it is of supreme importance.